got next.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to season 3, episode 12 of Street Fighter I Got Next community podcast. It's your host with the most, one half of the I Got Next IGN crew, the Drink Commander himself, Shadow Ace, and I will be the moderator for the podcast this evening, joined by my co host on production, always making sure the vibes are smooth, mayor of Macon himself, Sir Retro, and of course, as tradition, I want to first thank Sir Retro for agreeing to host this discussion on his platform. So if you're not already following the live broadcast channel on Twitch, hit that follow button to join in on the live shows on Twitch because we do interact with the live listeners in the comments. The reason I've assembled our panel here today is to get their views and opinions on some Street Fighter. Now that Street Fighter 6, the latest entry into the series, has been out for almost a year, this is just an opportunity to discuss how you feel about the game and your scene in general. Everyone may hold different views and opinions towards the game and its community, and this platform is an opportunity to express yourself in a constructive manner and let the world know what time it is. Let's start off first by introducing our panel for this evening. I'll go first. My name is Shadow Ace. I am a Ed slash Jamie player, commentator, podcaster, bracket runner, TO, a man of many hats here in the FGC scene. Been competing for over about 10 years. Been to a lot of events here in the Southeast, hoping to one day travel up north or travel to the West Coast to see how I can fare my share out there in some fighting games. But for the most part, I just been pressing a lot of buttons here within the South, and proud supporter of the Data FGC and Untamed Gaming families there as well. Been with those guys for quite some time. And yo, Sir Retro, how you doing today?
Phew, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Like I said, it's been a while since we last had an episode. For those, but before we go into that, so for those who do know, and for those who do not know, especially, I'm so retro. I am the second half of the I Got Next podcast series. Of course, with my homie, my good veteran homie, Shadows. Once again, thank you for the opportunity to be part of this awesome series. And like I said, 12 episodes in a season 3. And we have started a couple years ago. And it's still crazy that we have been going that long. But those who do not know specifically what else I do, I am the head TO of the Middle Georgia area, specifically the Reboot Retrocade Gaming of Macon, and part of the Swag Out Nerds esports organization. I basically dabble also in competing as well as coaching and providing a often space for our competitors to and casual too to thrive and enjoy and be themselves and also play and support the games that they claim to love. So that is me in a nutshell.
Support the games you claim to love, yo. That's gonna be the official theme here at I Got Next. Yeah, we gotta brand it, yo. We gotta brand that phrase. It's just too good. It's too freaking good because it calls out so much. But we'll get to that phrase in due time. But let's introduce our special guest we got this evening. We have a man that has been behind the Untamed Gaming Tournament series for quite some time, man. This man is a legend in his own right, and he continues to excel at his craft till this day with content creation, bracket running, tournament organizing, and just it just does so much for the community of the games he supports. Man,
Mm-hmm.
big shout outs. We had a couple of their team members on previous episodes. We had UG Ghost, we had DJ Vest, we had Blockbuster John, but we need to hear from the one, the only JakoMan.
Hey, I just want to add.
JakoMan
Oh
is in the
yeah,
Yeah,
JakoMan is one on
building.
you,
Wow.
brother. Yo,
JakoMan, what's going on, man?
yo, what's good? What's good for all you guys, man? Once again, man, I wanted to say I want to give a big shout out to both of you guys, man, for the opportunity here to be here for today, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Talking to all you guys, man. All the good stuff, Can't wait.
For sure, man.
yeah,
It's an honor for you to join us on this cast, man. We've been meaning to get you on here for quite some time, but I know schedules and things of that nature can kind of
Hmm.
take into effect about what happened. But you're here today, and that's what matters. So we definitely do appreciate you taking your time out of your Sunday to talk with us.
Of
But
course.
mm-hmm.
so if you missed out, you've missed out on previous episodes. Please check them out on Reboot Retrocade Gaming YouTube channel for that full playlist of episodes there. This is number 12 of season 3. Like Retro said, it's been we've been doing this for quite some time, so it's always good to talk and catch up with our fellow FGC members out there to see how they feel about some Street Fighter 6.
Oh yeah,
We talk about a variety of other different topics too, as well, within the FGC. So if you're new here, go ahead and hit that follow button, man. Stay up to date on all the podcast announcements, and you just never know who's going to show up. Bet
oh
people,
yeah.
I know
Uh,
we caught a couple of people off guard with the Jaco man announcement, but we got Jaco
yeah,
here today, and it's going to be a
I
good one, man.
I want to add
But
something because the thing
mhm.
about it, like he's been here with us the whole time. Technically, he is the
Yeah, dude.
reason why we have these promos. He is the reason. I'll give him the flowers while he's here right now. I'll give you the flowers, my man. You the reason that we have great promos for our series, podcast series. The promos on featuring the special guests, the video recaps, and everything like that. And that's why you always been credited to this very day in our intros. So I want to say thank you so much, Jacob Man, for
Oh yeah,
being
of
an
course, man.
essential part of the series.
Oh yeah, of course, man. I always like help out the players and everyone else in the community as much as I can. I do love the community, man. All you guys.
It
Yeah,
it shows. It shows.
appreciate you, man. We did like you did a couple of our trailers. You did you did a majority of our promo art
Hmm.
for the show, man. So it's just a big credit to you, and we'll continue to keep working with you for sure. So once this season is over with, we'll definitely be hitting you up and let's get that trailer going again. Maybe a season 4, who
Oh yeah,
knows?
of
But
course.
what I'm saying, for right now, man, we do appreciate you, Jacob, man. So let's talk, man. Let's talk about a few things that's going on. I know it's been a while since since we had an episode. I think it was before this episode, the previous one, we were talking with the Maxbo tournament directors, Big
Mm-hmm.
Bates and Data Kraken, as they
Hmm.
were getting ready to prep for their big event, which was just an amazing event. I just want to talk about that real quick before we dive into the Jaco questions, man. There were a lot of community ran tournaments, event. They allow creative control for running events. So I ordered medals for Ultra Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, aka the Forbidden Game. Street
Mm-hmm.
Fighter 5, they were much smaller than I thought it was when I put the order in, but it's on me. The quality will be much better next time. I really like how the Ultra Street Fighter 4 medals came out. So if there is a Max Mode 2025, I gotta come out. Y'all have
Oh
to
yeah,
come
for
out.
sure, man. Oh yeah, well, I would definitely love to like go to that as well. For
I
next
just
year
want to
for
say one
sure.
thing though. I was truly happy to see a new Georgia big event at a large scale, and the representation all over too. New faces, some old faces here and there. How did we let this Chris G try to take over everything in this tournament? I'm
Man,
not
he
happy
came
about
down.
that.
He came down to collect souls, man. He was collecting them like rings, and
The
Yeah,
man with Thanos.
hey, he's godlike,
yeah,
man.
he's
Yeah,
just a really, really talented player.
Hmm.
Really
but,
talented player. I've never
but,
seen so many. A person win so many events in
bruh.
one sitting, and I'm like, how is he gonna get all this back on the plane? Unless
Yeah,
he
that's a
like,
good question too, man. Like the security, like asking man, like, what do you have over here, Chris? He's like, all my medals, man. I won all these tournaments.
Yeah,
won all those
but
tournaments, and then there were plaques too. Those were I think
mm,
he had like six, like five plaques or something.
Hmm.
I'm
but
like,
but to
that
be
has to
fair
be
though,
some weight on it.
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, yeah, but to be fair though, bringing him out to come to your event, y'all guys' event, that says a lot because y'all had support from all over, and apparently as an international players too. So I was excited to see, Georgia coming together to host something and willing the whole world was willing there to support it. Love to see it. Love to see it. So my flowers to you, Shadow Ace, to Senior Kraken, and to Bates and the rest of the Data FGC crew and many other Georgia people to bring something together and make something happen. Um, for sure. I'm sorry I couldn't make it because I was tired from our event, but I was excited to see all the matches and stuff for every single game that y'all guys featured. Excited.
Yeah, man. A lot of people had a great time out there. I know we missed you at Max Smokes or Retro. You couldn't make it, but that event was great, man. There were plenty of spots to eat at. They had like a 24-hour arcade ballroom.
That's
There
cool.
was a bar,
Ooh boy.
a scene sauna room. You know what I'm saying? And please believe that literally saved me that weekend because I felt great after leaving it. There's a story about the legend of the Max Mode towel that I'll have to get to. That's a story for another day. Um, Chris G, like you said, we said Chris G came down and he just cleaned up in events. I do want the run back though, Chris. So if you're out there, you may
Go
be
for it.
listening or something.
Oh,
Tell Chris, what I'm saying, if you want to come through next year, I got something for you. I got something for you
ooh,
next time.
man. Okay,
You got to
yeah,
see, you got to see me again. Yeah, he's gonna have to see me again. It
ooh,
was
man.
3-2. Yeah, yeah. It was 3-2 in both Ultra and Street Fighter. Like it was like really close games. And if
Oh
there is a
wow.
year, yeah. So if there is a year two, I already got patch notes planned in mind on like to run the side games even better than what year one was. So once again, shout outs to all of the staff and the core staff of Data FGC and their business partners for bringing this event. Much needed to the Atlanta, Georgia region. But I could sing the praises of Maximo all day, but we are going to sing the praises of JakoMan.
That's why, man.
JakoMan. Yo, we gotta figure out, who is
Yeah.
JakoMan? The
Yeah,
origin
who is this
story.
man?
Yeah, who is JakoMan? You gotta tell us what's going on, yo. JakoMan, who is he?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. You guys want me to tell you the full origins of the Shaco Mania for all you guys today?
Yes, yes, we will. Yes, we want to hear the story. How did JakoMan? What was the origin story? Who was the first? Like, what made you choose the name JakoMan?
The Shaco Man name? Let's see. I'm trying to remember, like back in like what like the late like early 2010s, I would say. Around that time, I was in my well, I was in middle school days, and trying to remember, like I made my first ever like YouTube channel name like 091 Shaco. I just put it as like Shaco. I thought Shaco sounded like a cool name, so I pretty much put it on there. And when I got my PlayStation 3 back around like 2011 for Christmas, I made the PSN ID JakoMan 64. I put 64 because I'm a big fan of like Nintendo 64 games back in the day. And yeah, that's pretty much how I came up with the JakoMan name.
So then, what made you choose the Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage persona then?
Oh, the
Where,
JakoMania stuff. Oh man,
yeah,
wow.
where did all of that come from?
Funny story on
How
that
you
too.
thinking about that?
Funny story on that. When I started like joining the Gauntlet my Infinite Tournament series hosted by Don Khan and West Arcade back around May 2008 18. Around that time, I started playing on there, and the Don Khan was like, "Oh man, who's this Shaco man, dude? He's playing really good." And then like maybe like I want to say maybe like a few months later, and he created the name Shaco Man. He was like saying on the stream saying like, "Oh man, Shaco Man is one and wide," and that's pretty much how the Shaco Mania like main like was created because of Don Khan. I want to give like props to him for creating the name of the Shaco Mania to this day.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay. So you were still Jacob man. You weren't Jake. Wait, were you still Jacob man or Jacob man 64
I
at
would
that
say like
time?
Shaco Man.
Okay, you still Jacob man. He just said Jacob Mania was running around, so he gave you that nickname, and then it
Yep.
just you kind of just took it from there.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
I pretty much just use that name to like hype up the crowd, the audience, and telling like everyone, "Hey, Shaco Man is here today, baby. Let's get it."
okay. When was that at the first tournament you competed at, or like would you remember the first tournament you competed at?
Oh, you mean like first ever like tournament? Are we talking about like in state or like outside of my state? You mean?
Probably the one of the you were like the first, like one of the very first tournaments you competed in.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember. Like, let's see, back in the day, like before I went to like tournaments, obviously, I got into the FGC by I won like 2011. Why even like before that, I was like playing like fighting games when I was a kid, like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, in casual, but not in like high level, So like I won like 2011. Trying to remember like when I got my PS3, I got it with Ultimate 3 and I'm all 2, playing that. And around that time too, I found out this guy named Maximilian, dude. I'm pretty sure everyone knows who that guy is, very popular, well known in the scene, he pretty much like got like a lot of players, like a lot of new players into the community, myself including, And yeah, like him, Maximilian dude, and I'm all free, like got me into the community, the FGC at the whole since 2011. Like if I never like play them all free or like watch one of our Maximilian dudes videos, Shaco Mania won't be here today, man. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
wow, interesting. Okay,
Hmm.
that came from the story of Maximilian. Then just watching his videos, and you got interested in that, and just started playing the game from there.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Like I'm. You may say I'm like one of the. You may say I'm like one of the old niners, and because a lot of new players like came from the old nine years, with Street Fighter 4 and all free, so and also I was like what 2011. I was like what 13? No, no, I think I was like 14 and 15 when I got into the community.
And you've been here since ever since then.
Mm-hmm.
Over so now it's been what, over 10 years?
10 years?
Been over
Not 10 years. I won't say
10
like
years?
what 12, 13, something like that.
13? 13
Yep.
years. Okay. All right. So yeah. So Jaco's a veteran. So
Yep.
Jaco's a veteran, yo.
That's
At
right,
this
man.
point, a veteran player. Yeah, he's been here for a minute.
Hey.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's go. Shout outs to you, man. So let me because how I met you, because I met you through Alex Dot Dot. Back in the earlier days. I can't remember which season of Street Fighter Five it was, aka the Forbidden Game. So
Yeah, it was like four
it
years
he
ago.
need, yeah, so he needed yes, you guys was like looking for a commentator to do one of your events and stuff, and I'm trying to remember which tournament that was because I came in like mid season of it, and I think that was like I was working with Blockbuster John, and I was like, oh, okay, I remember Blockbuster John. He was an Adon player
Hmm.
back in Street Fighter 4, early older Street Fighter 4 days. I was like, okay, I remember him. I played him ranked before. Ever since then it's just been working with Untamed Gaming for that long. But you've been there since the beginning? Or even like were you in the origins story? Like how did you find out about Untamed Gaming? How
Like I
did
said,
they approach you?
Yeah, let's see for the Untamed Gaming product. Even like before Untamed Gaming, I was like friends with Vest back in 2016. Even like before that, and I then like started joining the Untamed Gaming team until when Mario Infinite came out in 2017. You know, Vest messaged me. He told me, hey, Fake, I want to join UG. I'm like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm down, man. Let's do it, man. That's pretty much it, you know.
Oh, okay. So back from the release of Marvel Infinite,
Yeah.
you've that's when you guys that's when you started taking over, doing like the social media director for Attain Gaming, and just start running events from their tournaments.
Yeah, pretty much like
Okay.
helping out. Yeah, pretty much like helping them out with like, running the streams, tournaments, and all that good stuff. You know.
Okay. Yeah, that group, they ran like hundreds of tournaments, online tournaments, and raised thousands of dollars, in player payouts, and has seen a variety like strong players come through and compete in their tournaments. Like I said again, I had previous members of Untamed Gaming on this on a podcast before. Vest, John, and Ghost on a past episode, and he kind of explained the origins of what Untamed
hmm
Gaming was about. But
Yep.
it's good to hear from your perspective, point of view, like how'd you join it, and you basically just told us that Vest prior to, but he
Yeah.
had reached out to you about like when Marvel Infinite. That's when you like really joined in.
Oh yeah, big guys vast like work big guys vast work at my YouTube channel. He saw my opportunity, the potential that I have, and he asked me if I want to join. I'm like, yeah, let's do it, man. You know, keep in mind too. You know, I was like out of high school. You know, I graduated from high school. You know, I was still like figuring out what I want to do with my life. You know, and yeah, here I am today. You know, in the community.
Yep, yep, indeed. You were a Marvel player right at first, and then you picked up Ultra Street Fighter 4, and then you started playing Ryu, or was it Hugo? Or no, you played Hugo.
I in Street Fighter 4. Yeah, I pick like Hugo.
Okay, you picked Hugo. Then later on, you tried El Fuerte. Then
hmm
you played, and then now you play Ryu and Street Fighter 6.
Yep.
But how's your journey been from both of those games? It's like being one of those first Street Fighters that you picked up.
That's a good question, actually. Obviously, I'm not like one of the OG Street Fighter players, and I'm none like the old '90s, playing Street Fighter 4 since day one, But I'm still like decent at like Street Fighter. It's definitely not like one of my main games, but I still have fun with it. I would say.
Okay. All right. And then what just attracted you to Ryu, like just to play some Ryu.
Yeah, in six, funny with that, like back when the beta first came out in for Street Fighter 6, I was looking at the character select screen. I'm like, I do want to learn more like Street Fighter, more of the mechanics and all that, get more used to it. I was like, you know what? Let me pick some of Wii, Wii is like super fun in six, all his combos, frame traps, like all the stuff you can do with that character, he's pretty fun in the game, man.
Okay. All right. They just gravitated toward that character. You just been sticking with him since then. You did the you did the Road to Master series
hmm
with Ryu. You finally hit your goal, and you said that's it.
That's
I
pretty much
made it.
it, man. With
No,
Frank, man. Obviously,
yeah.
I'm still like playing the game, obviously, but I'm taking a break from Wake. Wake is definitely like a grind, for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's ranked in six is definitely an experience, I would say.
Yeah.
The fact that you lose one match, and then you gotta make it up by winning like eight more or something, and just
hmm
because of how many points you lose and stuff like that. But okay, that's what's up, man. Congrats on getting Master Jaco,
That's why, man.
man. Do appreciate that. So a part of the Untamed Gaming series, so for Street Fighter 6, is that we're doing the Rambat style with the event where players can earn the points, right, for
hmm
whichever how much placings in their events. And the grand prize, for like the finals, the top eight finals, is like it's gonna be a hitbox,
hmm
right? So I had a question. It could coincidentally enough,
What's
it
up?
actually kind of relates to the question that I was gonna ask. We was gonna talk about some hitbox because I was wondering, since they made that announcement, did y'all have to like apply or something to promote that, or send that out or something?
Oh
Or
no,
'cause no?
no.
Okay, yeah, because I know they did a hitbox licensing program thing
Hmm.
where they did the leverage controller. They decided to apply for like a patent on the button layout, and it kind of sounds like similar to what happened with the
The Flame
Capcom
Brothers.
content creator thing. You remember that?
Yeah,
Like
I
if
remember that.
you
Like what, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, like the people were getting nervous about like streaming in game that you had to. They took it down quickly, but
Hmm.
it said like you needed permission to stream the game and to use their brand in Street Fighter Five for like promotional material. Like they're supposed to get a cut of what you make from streaming or something like that.
Hmm.
But they took that down quickly. So I'm thinking, is that the same case that could happen with this licensing program? I'm a pad player, so this doesn't affect me, but I know the stick players out there and people who might already have a hitbox or like promote hitbox, branded products and stuff like that. How does this gonna affect them? So if you want to partner up with them, you got to sign up with them to check in, or how does that licensing thing work? You familiar with that?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Well, pretty much what we did, like even like before that, we signed a contract that for the Hitbox giveaway, and that's pretty much it for that. I will say.
Okay, so not too much that had to be done. So you didn't get any kind of notifications or something
Oh no.
about like. Okay, all right. So it looks like we good then on that. I was just wondering because like I know you guys are doing the hitbox as the grand prize, and I wonder if you had to like apply or something just to give one away, something like that. But apparently, nope, that's not the case. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to go over that. Retro, you heard about that hitbox uh licensing thing?
Yes, I heard about it, and I seen the backlash more of it than anything. 'Cause the
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
thing, it was, well, not funny in a sense, but still, every time I saw the tweet about it, it ended up being a quote, someone quote tweet, and they'd be like,
Hmm.
"So anyway, promote this instead, or why are you guys doing this? And this is dumb and everything like that." We have one or two players that use Hitbox in general. Um, I'm not sure if they're aware of the situation and how they feel about it, but I think like right now, it's not that we're not indifferent to it, I would say per se, but it's like, hey, we're just here just to play whatever controller that we like to play with, and that's it. You know, but now it's like I'm not sure if they're gonna have a switch towards a different levelistic controller or whatever or whatnot. So as far our end, we are. I think we may be more or less aware, but we're not like having anything that seems to bother us about it because like most of us, well, many of us play. Well, we're anyone in general. People are switching over to leverless, and I'm not sure about Hitbox specifically, but um, it's still like a mixture of like arcade sticks, pads, and levelers. I'll say for the general term in this case, um, buttons. So it's just weird for me. I'm just looking at how everyone else is responding to it, and it just feel like it's really kind of like a deterrent rather for many people um, versus anything that's kind of seemed helpful. But so I can't really say too much about it as far as like how I will feel about it because like I said, I'm just speaking on behalf, well, not maybe behalf, but just what I saw on my end. People like generally just like the response. So they're basically kind of like I don't know. It's something that I'll ask my scene about and how they feel about it, and if it's something an issue in the long run for us, I might update more about it on my end. But other than that, yeah, it's a. But just from the outside looking in, it's just looking kind of rough. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I don't want to put too much of someone else, well, another company's business out there like that. But I know there was another company that was kind of like dealing with the situation for a patent on using the layout against it, and that's a whole situation
Mhm.
in regards to that. So I was just wondering how that would affect any other businesses that are looking to try to like promote that type of product, or like if a company comes out to try to use that, they have a patent on that particular layout now. So if a company was to come out with a new stick or something like that, got to see Hitbox first. They got to go through Hitbox
Mhm.
because they filed the patent on the design. So it's like if you see any other company come out with a new product, yeah, they got to go see Hitbox first
Yeah,
to make
I mean
sure.
Mhm.
that's fair enough, and like I said, as long as I have the legitimate documents and everything like that to say, hey, this is us first, this is our thing, whatnot, and then if it's allowed within the system, whatever's it, I'm gonna say the legal system to allow that, that's fine. But as far as like um, if you're trying to force people to go by that standard rather than hey, it's okay, you can play whatever type of stuff that's not our design or whatever, and that's fine. If you try to say no, you have to. If it's like a mandatory thing, then that's a problem. If it's not a mandatory thing, then I won't. No, then yeah, people can be like, oh, whatever. Then that's how
Yep.
I think I said for us, for what we know, that's how we kind of feel about it. As like hey, y'all do your thing, that's cool. Y'all want to patent that, that's fine. If we want to play something else with a different design, we'll do that instead, or different controller or whatever. So, like I said, we're just kind of hands off on it. Well,
Yeah,
unironically,
probably have to.
figuratively.
Yeah, probably have to see how it's gonna work out later on down the line. Then
Yeah. Oh,
definitely
definitely.
have
I'll
to
keep an eye on
go
it
through that.
myself too.
Oh yeah, we will like see like what happens in the future, with that.
Yeah, because because again, I'm a fat player, but I'm just saying for people who already like who own the product, or like a company that's already, I guess, advertising or pushing out something. How's that going to affect them? But
Mhm.
yeah, got some good thoughts on that one. But let me move on to the next topic here. So content creation, Jacob, man, you're a real big advocate of that. And, you push your brand. I see the social media on there for Untamed, plus your personal one. You even have products. You even don't you have merchandise?
Oh yeah, I do, man. On my
Yes.
Teespring like a while ago, man, with the JakoMan T-shirts and all that.
Yeah. How do
Yep.
you got your own product line? What's going on, Jacob, man? How do you, look? You gotta tell us about the content creation journey, man. Like how does one even get started on something like that?
Yeah,
Like how do
teach
Oh
a
you make
man,
grasshopper
dude.
like
your
me.
own towel and your own shirt, your own
Mm-hmm.
like? I looked
Yeah.
at your merchandise. I was like, yo, Jacob, where's all
Oh
this
yeah.
coming from, yo?
Yeah, dude. But that's it for like a long story, man. Like back in the day, man, when I first started my YouTube channel, like funny thing, like obviously I made like another YouTube channel, and I left the old YouTube channel alone. I didn't like upload any videos on that one, so it didn't really like matter that much. But like the second one, I made a second one, second YouTube channel that I made. It was back in like high school days. I was like recording like gameplay footage for like Marvel 3, Marvel 2, Street Fighter 4, and few other games with my iPhone. Recording that, the getaway, like recording the gameplay with phone, back in those days, obviously, and obviously, I made like videos during those times, I did it for fun, like, and then later on, like maybe like a year or two later, and I got got a game captured, and I was able to like record like stuff from my laptop. So that was like a plus, and I think like a year after that, I signed up for the YouTube AdSense program where you can like make money from my YouTube videos. When I found that out, I'm like, oh wait, you can make money from videos, man. That's pretty cool, man. So I did that too, and I think around that time too, with the even like before like helping out like on team game with all the online tournaments that they have over there. I was doing like TO and like doing some online tournaments for Model 3 on PS3 with the homie Reboot 15 back in those days as well, So I pretty much like started my early TO careers around that time too as well, and I also did some offline hangouts, some small like Smash Brothers tournaments with some of my homies too, in my place in the basement, having like a good time, play some games, shoot the shit.
Hmm. Yeah, you would also go to like tournaments and stuff in your cosplay, your Jaco Christ cosplay.
Yeah, that too, and oh yeah, I forgot to yeah, that's good as well, Shadows. And I forgot to answer your question from before, which tournament what was my first tournament? The first tournament that I went to, like, obviously, I didn't like went to like any like tournaments during high school. Obviously, I want to like get good grades, before that. So after I graduated from high school, I went to like tournaments. I think my first tournament was Michigan Masters 2017. Yeah, that was like the first one that I went to.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was like the first one that I went to. It was at one of the other malls around here in Michigan, and then like later on they got like a venue for like the next year and two. And but like for the first one, it was at the Lakeside Mall. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I played them all free over there. It was pretty fun, man. Play some games with homies, And for like the big like tournament, big tournament outside Michigan. I was saying the first one was like Evo 2018. It was definitely a great time, man. Seeing like all the homies I know from online, in person, from the Marvel scene. It was really cool, man. And then like ever since, I've been to like other like tournaments as well, like Common Breaker, Fossies, Eastern Beast, KIT. I'm trying to think of what other ones. CEO is one of them too, and a few other tournaments too as well, man.
Okay. Yeah, because we ended up meeting at the KIT about use like 2 years ago or so.
Hmm.
At that event, got to meet JakoMania in person, and you had that was the origin of the Jako wings.
Yeah, the Shaker
That
wings,
was
the Shaker
the
sucks,
and the Jako socks. Yeah, the Jako socks story was still to this day one of my most memorable stories.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's always
It
great,
was
man.
so random, y'all. The Jekyll socks. See, that's gotta be your new merch. That's gotta be your next item in your merchandise. Gotta have some Jekyll socks, man.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
know how
yeah.
it's gonna happen. I don't know how it's gonna happen. Just have to put your picture of your face on the socks, and it's gonna sell. Yeah, it's gonna sell. Trust me. You
Oh
gotta
yeah,
put the
man.
Jekyll socks out there.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, it was some good times, man. That definitely one of the more memorable experiences that I had at that particular event, and that type of feeling you get from going to those events just to play and compete, or even if just to hang out or just be a part of the
Mhm.
environment. Those are some great experiences, man. You got to support what you claim to love. Ain't that right, Sir Retro? Support what you claim to love. Oh my goodness, that is
Yeah,
a
Yep,
support your
godlike
support what you
local,
claim
saying.
to love. Yes, sir.
Support the
Yeah,
locals,
it
man.
is. It is, man. So nobody can tell you otherwise that you're one of Marvel Infinite's biggest supporters. Just a big Marvel head guy. In general, you can't wait for the day for, I guess, the official Marvel 4 announcement
Oh yeah,
to
man.
come across your desk. Hopefully before you get gray hair, that could happen sometime in the future. But
Mhm.
yeah, man, you're just gonna keep playing. You're just gonna keep playing what you enjoy. You're gonna keep supporting and just keep doing what Jaco does, man. So yeah, big shout outs to you, man, on that grind, especially for the content you still out there working hard. Do you got any like future projects coming down the line for Jaco?
Any like projects for myself at the moment? Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see about that, man. I'm thinking of some ideas. Obviously, helping out with the team over at Untamed Gaming. Figure out some events over there. For those guys. All that, and for myself as well. Going to like other like tournaments too. The next tournament I'm planning on going to is Defend the North later on in August at NYC. We'll be helping out with running the brackets for more Infinite more free and Street Fighter 4 this year. So it's gonna be pretty fun, man. And it's also gonna be my first time over at NYC as well. So it's gonna be pretty interesting when I get there.
Okay. Okay, so they are doing the Marvel Infinite tournament
Nice.
at Defender North that
Yep.
you're running. Okay, nice stuff, man. So I already know Jacob's gonna go out there and represent, man, and have a good time because you won Frosty Faustins this year, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, man, for more Infinite this
Yeah.
year.
There it is. The
Hey, I
Frosty
just
Faustins.
yeah.
the Frosty Faster champ live on the podcast, man. So we definitely do, appreciate it, man. It just what makes you so drawn to that game to like just play it at such a high competitive level.
Yeah, for more
What made you
Infinite.
enjoy it? Yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's see for both like more Infinite and more Free, man. Like both games like super like fun to like play, man. You can be like so creative with your gameplay, like you can like express yourself in like any of the Marvel games, like you can like tell like who is playing who, like for like example, for like Marvel Free, like if you see like a Magneto play, you'd be like, oh hey, that's Way, and the other Magneto play is you'd be like, oh hey, that's F Shep, you know what I mean by that, like the gameplay has always been like a big like factor to like the Marvel games, that's why. Yeah, that's pretty much why those games are like pretty much my main to go, when it comes to like high level competitive play, it's super like fun and addictive sometimes, you can like play like you can play like any of those games until like what 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. It's crazy.
Yeah, so you mean to tell me like 10 years from now you'll still be playing Marvel Infinite and Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3?
Yeah, that's
10
why,
years from
man. Yeah, that's why, man. I would be keep on playing, supporting the community. I love the community, man.
now.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Huh?
lie. I actually been playing Marvel 3 lately for the past few weeks because that's a game. Like I said, that's actually my low key one of my favorite games to play. Hopefully, I
Hmm.
might try to play you or the guys and whatnot. But yeah, that's still like a game that no matter what, if I decided to hop onto it, even for training mode, I will spend hours on training mode just to mess around with it. That's how much fun I have of it. So I would
Oh
definitely
yeah, man.
commend you. I definitely
Oh yeah.
attest to that.
Oh yeah, that's for sure, man. And like I would say like the Marvel vs. Capcom games are definitely like the sandbox when it comes to like fighting games. You can do whatever you want, in the lab or like matches, with the combos and tech.
Hmm.
That's why I love it.
The sandbox of fight. That's actually that's interesting. I never heard that before. Huh.
Yeah, yeah,
Kind of have you kind of identify with the characters you're playing with because, like you said, you mentioned like if you see this Magneto player, you already know it's this person or based
mm-hmm.
on their team, who they play. So a lot of people would associate you with like Ghost Rider and Nemesis, and
Felicia.
that
Yep.
yeah. So I'm like, yeah, name a Ghost Rider player. Then your name's I always see your name come up. Yeah,
Yeah, every
I
time,
see
man.
JakoMan
Yeah,
every
every time,
time.
man. Yep, every time.
I
Like
see yep,
even
JakoMan.
yeah, like either myself, Sap Tap from Soulkill, or IGT for like Ghostwriter players in Model 3. It's like one of those, one of us, when it comes to me. But it's mostly my name that usually pops up when you like mention like Ghostwriter players.
It's because you got that merch. That's what it is. You
Yeah,
got
that.
that official branded merch of JakoMan. You know what I'm saying? So if people want to buy some JakoMan merch,
Oh
hit
yeah,
up
man.
Jako.
That the Shaco Mania, the personality, the dad for his sins, the hype, that I bring when I play on the stage,
There it is, man. Every time you see you play, it's a show. Like we expect the dab. I expect to see the dab every time I see Jako on stream. I was like, he's about to do it. He's gonna do it. He did it. Yep, there it is.
Yep, every time, man.
Yeah, man. You just real passionate about the game you enjoy, man. And that's a good thing. We need more people out there like you, man. That just talk about what they be about. Support what they claim to love, and they just represent and play, and
Hmm.
not be on social media complaining about stuff all day. So,
Oh yeah, of course.
but yeah, you just play, man. That's all it is. You just play. You press buttons. You have a good time. You meet people, and this and that. You don't have time for the drama, man.
Oh
You
no,
don't
dude.
have
Like
time.
drama and like controversies and all that, man. It's kind of like a waste of time, Like you might like, what's the point of, like doing that? You might as well just like do something better with your life. Go outside, touch some grass. Me and
Oh
me.
shit. Yo, talk to him, Jake. Oh, hold
Damn.
on. Say it
I
again,
mean,
yo.
that.
Oh, whoa. Dang. That was spicy, yo. He said, don't tell him to touch some grass, yo.
Yeah, but like what's the point of do like drama, man? And you might as well yeah, go outside, touch some grass, meet some new people, do something better in your life, but then like complaining about the game, know what I mean?
It is. That's it.
I feel you.
It
Preach.
sounds simple, but it is. People they do it. So, but Jacob says, go touch grass. That's it.
That's why, man.
That's all you gotta say. Just go touch grass, man. Talk to him, Jaco. Okay, I see you, man. That's what's up. So, we're gonna. So we talked a little bit about the origin story of JakoMan. We talked about the passion of Jaco, as far as you playing and competing and things of that nature, which you enjoy. Octane gaming, like that. But let's get into some Street Fighter 6 right now, which is kind of like the meat, the main pause, the
Hmm.
main subject of the podcast, man. So how do you feel about Street Fighter 6 so far? I know there's been some mixed reviews from this person and that
Yeah.
person, but how does Jaco Mania feel about Street Fighter 6?
Well, let's see. So far, for what I've been playing Street Fighter Six since the beta and the launch of Street Fighter Six, it's been great, man. Like the full like vanilla based Capcom fighting game is definitely up there in like the tier list. Like this vanilla like version of this game is really great, man. Obviously, there's still like some like balancing issues and all that. Like it feel like weird like things here and there, but like obviously they'll like fix that all that for like the next season for like feature patch, but like as an now for the game itself, like it's very fun, man. I'm definitely like enjoying that way more than the Forbidden game. You know, it's super fun, man.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So definitely, it's definitely mixed reviews. Yeah, definitely mixed reviews. Because I would have to say, you have a positive outlook on it. I mean, I'm kind of in the mix where it's I'm not a fan of certain mechanics into the game.
Right.
I'm not gonna say it's a bad game, but it's just that it does at times it just doesn't feel like what traditional Street Fighter would feel like for me. Back, I guess it's because it's a new engine,
Mm-hmm.
and they changed up so much for the formula. Like I don't like how stun works in the game. I don't like how drive works in the game, and
Yeah.
hopefully I know a lot of some people players may be waiting to see what changes could be happening in season two.
Mm-hmm.
Season two is what a lot of eyes are going to be on, as far as how the game's direction is going to go. Um, I feel that they will do some system changes, like all around mechanic changes for season two.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that could be the direction they're going in. I do know that they may see like how some of the players are complaining or feel about the game, and maybe they're taking that into account. But for the most part, the characters, yeah, people are looking for buffs and changes and nerfs and oh, Luke's too strong, Ken's too strong, Cammy's too strong, stuff like that. The game has its definite tier list,
Yeah.
for sure, but I think for the most part, I think the balance is good in the game. Like as far as it working, like no character is too overpowered, and no matchup is too no matchup is unwinnable.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that certain characters are gonna have to work a little harder in order to get the W. But for the most part, you say you liked it. You say you enjoyed it. So just curious how you felt about it. I know this is after Ed, like a few weeks after Ed, and we're getting ready to get Akuma in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I just want to see how you felt about it. Retro, how you feeling right now? Did anything change from you? 'Cause the last time we had talked about it, you still had kind of had the same feelings about the game.
I mean, for where it's at now, honestly, I still love the game as it is. The honeymoon may have been over a while back for many people, and we already seen. I say even for other games too that people feel different ways about it. But I've seen some people kind of gave up on Street Fighter Six. People don't play anymore. I personally I haven't played in a while. Because I've just been doing so much for fighting games in general, and just taking a personal break more or less. But no, I still enjoy it every time I play it, and I want there's more I want to do with it to play it, and for the balance of the game, I did like the idea they did a small patch that touched a bit on some craziness, more or less,
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote, but it didn't like make it where the characters aren't unplayable, or the matchup is still 10-0 or 9-1 maybe, whatever. So or I'll say in general, I'll say the most that probably matchup wise it can be it maybe 7-3, and I personally, and I think they did a good job trying to, you know, maintain a good balance of the game and so forth. And as of now having Ed in the mixture, you know, the game is still fun. The features of it, I still see people complaining about the parries. People complaining about the drive rush situation. People complain about the reversal, the drive reversal. Personally, so I didn't know that the drive reversal is considered worse than Street Fighter Five, and I think
It
because the
is.
way I, huh,
Yeah, it is. It's pretty bad in six.
Yeah,
huh,
yeah, it's super punishable.
yeah, I can see that. I think because personally, I know when to use it more because I tried out in most situations, like against light attacks or frame the 3-4 frame attacks or whatever like that. And yeah, that's not the best time to use it. But uh, is I think to me because of the fact of the game still having additional defense options aside from that with a parry, and because the way I play the game, I like to steal your turn. So that's why I like to use the parries, and I like the purple parry specifically. And I also like to use the drive reversal thing, because there's characters that will constantly will to bully you to death if you do not. So it's the timing of it can be that's the thing that I always focus on. And I think for me, I think it didn't bother me too much how everyone considered that it is worse than six. I mean worse than five, excuse me. But I no, I understand that. No, I can understand why objectively, but subjectively, I still enjoy it because I think because the fact that not only is just there's draw reversal, there's at least more than one option defensive. So I still enjoy the game overall. But there was posters that I saw that people talk about like it's still offensive oriented overall, and the way the games are designed, which was my prediction for. Oof, I forgot what episode of of our podcast we talked about it, but my theory was that there was going to be more defense options, but because of viewership and everything, there was going to be more offense and more engagement. And even if the fact that now Street Fighter Six make you engage more in general with the situation. No. So the no, FTC Chris. I'm not saying Street Fighter Six is bad. It's the drive reversal specifically is bad. Um, that situation specifically. But the thing is that overall, the game is great. The game is fine, but it's the idea of it's offensive oriented now a little bit more. Even though you have more defense options, because it forces you to engage. It forces you to do all that stuff. I'm not against it.
Yeah, and that's
Huh?
rough, and that's rough for someone who has such a tailored play style to play defensively. Like you said, forcing to engage.
Mm,
I think that's kind of like a big drawback. Players who want to play like a lane defensive style, like
right.
they're forced to do something. Like you have to do something, or else you're gonna get put in burnout, or you have to do something, or else you're gonna hit this combo and then get wall splatted by DI or something.
Yep.
Like the game forces you to hit that, but like you can't sit there, you can't stay there. You got to do something,
Yep.
and you want to think, right? You want to think about your next move, your next sequence, and stuff like that. But it's like, dang, if I don't act, dead. But if they, if they're the one, you're like they're the person who's pressing the most buttons, winning in this game. That's how I feel. I'm sorry to say it like that, but I feel like if you are very on the offense in this game, you win. Um, of course, there's levels to it and there's layers to it, but I think for the most part, like for example, like say you try to like do a mix on somebody and somebody's just mashing jab, bro. They're just mashing jab, and for some reason the jab it'll hit you, then they could convert into that into damage, get a knockdown, and then now you're in a guessing loop of what to do next, simply because you were trying to like simply because you were trying to like do an empty jump throw, or like you were trying to do some kind of offense to get to
Right.
them,
Right.
but they're just pressing jab. They're just, they're constantly just pressing jab, and jab is so good in this game where it leads into so much damage and knockdown in Oki situations. So it's like it's constantly engaging into the neutral. Like I feel that if you want to play a down back style, you can't do that. You can't play that way in this game. You have
Right.
to do
Oh no, you can't. You
Mm-hmm.
can't. And the thing about it, like now for me, I probably like I was saying again. Okay, I was gonna make sure that Chris got my point. Yeah. So yeah, if I misspoke and I said about the game more than the mechanics of the game, then then yeah, my bad. But yeah, no, I was saying that the drive reversal of Street Fighter Six is now generally considered more worse than Street Fighter Five. But yeah, 'cause the thing is that for me personally, I like to steal people's turns, and I actually am aggressive. So and I actually have to rush down a bit and so forth. So playing offensively for me works well in this game, and I enjoy it. At the same time, I know that people want to take their turn. They want to turn, and there's like, you know what? I don't like that. I want it to be my turn, regardless. So with the parry feature being added to it, you're technically defending yourself, but you change, you turn the tables. If and of course it depends on the button. You may get a big chance to do that or whatnot, which I personally like. So for me, you know, I'm not that I can't do an out drive reversal because, like I said, I use it in certain situations. But you know, I like to fact like the pair how the parry works for me because I prefer parry so much in this game, and I love it because once I get it, like I turn things around, I can throw you, I can do this, I can punish you, and whatever. And I remember a lot of people got frustrated. Some people locally got frustrated that I perfect parry so much. So personally, for me, subjectively rather, I enjoy it. And for the game itself, all together, I still like the game how it is, but I can understand if there are some changes to be needed for the balance of it. And it's just where for me, it's hard to see. It's hard to try to think about now making drive reversal a little bit stronger or less punishable. That's fine, but I think because the way drive reversal probably is, and because the concept of the offense thing is engagement, it's not like I want to say maybe defensive the purposely they wanted to have drive reversal to not be safe in most situations. And like I said, you can't just like you said you can't defend yourself forever. Unless you're playing Guile and you're fine because he already has defense tools to begin with already. But the thing is that yeah, I making I don't think there's too many bad defense options besides reversal, and I think that's like I said, I don't use reversal too much, so subjectively to me, I don't see it as a big issue. But I'm kind of okay at how the game is, and also objectively there are some problems, but I overall still I think the game is great. I still like the balance of the characters. You know, each character, how they are designed and what they're meant for. That helped me understand it more. And I think like in the long run with season two, I think season two will change a lot. I think Drive Rush is going to be definitely changed for sure, even more if not now. Um, Hopefully Drive Reversal. If you want to have offense, going to be changed. Hopefully the defense side will be changed for the better too. If they slow down drive rush situations where that gets shut down, if you mess up the drive rush or you use more meter to drive rush or you can't cancel out of everything to drive rush or you can't do this after drive rush, that's probably fine. I'll adjust to it. And I think as long as the core concept of the characters don't change much, like DJ is a wild, offensive, tricky character. If as long as they don't make him like okay, DJ has to be only offensive, or DJ can't do this anymore, or he only be only defensive, that's pretty fine. Or if JP or Ken doesn't get 70% damage every time he jabs, like you were saying, and then because a jab goes to a combo that lasts for like 15 seconds, and your 70% health is gone. You know, that's
A
that's
jab,
that's my
a jab into a
personal.
15-second combo. Yeah.
Bruh, have you seen Basida
Damn,
or Basida?
I've
When he
seen it.
just
Yo,
like,
jab at the 15 seconds is crazy. Yeah.
I've seen it too, man.
okay, that's my personal vendetta against Ken because every time if I whiff or if I get punished by Ken, and I seen like in recent times like Basada and or any Ken players, I get hit, and I just look at the screen for a good minute, and I just be like, oh, okay, well, I'm at 40% health. That's gone so far. All right, is it over there? Oh, drive rush, cancel. It's like, let's get it. And then EX and this. Oh, here comes critical level 3. And next you know, I'm like, losing no health. Let me wake up, press a button. Oh, oh, my Dragon Lash is like safe on plus on block. Let me do some. Oh, can't do nothing. No, I'm dead. Now that's my personal gripe. But I understand how Ken is. That's how Ken been historically for years. That's a character that will run you over with crazy mix-ups and stuff. So I'm gonna respect that. But but the thing is that to me, I personally enjoy the game, and I once I get back to playing it a lot more, I'm still going to enjoy it like I did for the first time ever. So that's what I gotta say. I know it's been a long tangent here and there, but as far as what I consider overall about the game, Street Fighter Six is much more fun to play with than Street Fighter Five. I said what I said. I respect Terrence and the people and our last guest who consider Street Fighter Five as a masterpiece. I love y'all. I respect that.
It is what it is. You know, everyone has their own thoughts and opinions. That's what makes every podcast so unique because everybody doesn't have the same answer. You know, if everyone
Yep.
had the same answer, then they'd be like, all right, what's the point of having this person on if they're going to keep saying the same thing, right? As
Yeah.
the next person. Everyone has, everyone feels how they feel about the game. You know, Jaco enjoys it. I'm in a mixed bag about it, and Retro enjoys it. So that's it. Those are our opinions of how we feel about it. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. I'm just saying for season two, I hope to see some changes for the game overall, and hopefully it'll bring back a lot of the players who may not have liked it during season one and give it another shot. I mean, I think that's fair, for them to move away from the game and maybe come back in season two to see how it is, and if it's for the better for them and it works out, then they can keep playing. But, so what do you think about? Do you think they're gonna do any changes to like modern controls? Like, because as it stands right now, um, there was some talk early on in the game's life about how strong modern controls can really be, which they are. I think in the right hands, certain tiers of players, modern controls are a problem. For
Oh yeah,
example,
man.
we've seen it, Jacob. We've seen it firsthand how
Hmm.
powerful modern controls can be. You have a player in the Untamed Gaming that competes in it. I mean, he's not there all the time. When he does show up, he puts in damage. And the fact that he's a modern Luke player.
Yep.
Goes by the name of Triumph, and I'm pretty sure people have heard of this name before. But modern in certain hands of players can be extremely dangerous. I will say that because the fact that you have an instant reaction to supers, and you're guaranteed hit confirmed damage on certain combos, because in modern, you just get that auto combo that can't drop. So it's very interesting. You think what are your thoughts on modern controls, Jacob?
Modern controls. It's pretty unique, man. Like it's definitely yeah, we already know that Capcom wants to get more players, like new players, beginners, like play the game more. With modern controls. It's better like in a unique like mechanic. Like some of the new players are using model and like some of them don't. But I have like see some like high level players use model control like Crazy G with Chun Li, also Dave with Honda. I have seen like Justin Wong use a bit of like model geef as well in one of his streams before as well. It's yeah, model controls can be it's definitely controversial. I would say that.
Yeah, because there was actually a talk of it being banned in tournaments, and
I remember that.
I was like, No, or no, it should not be banned in tournaments. It's a pretty fair assessment to a control scheme for the game. I mean, you are handicapping yourself in regards to damage. You don't get access to certain normals, or you can't do certain special moves while you're in modern.
Yep.
You're taking some of your tools away. Now, here's the thing: if the damage was normal in modern controls, then we could have a talk about. All right, we might need to, so we might need to talk about allowing this for tournaments because what would be the point of going to classic if your combos and stuff did the same amount of damage?
Mm-hmm.
It would just be a different control scheme. So then we could probably talk about that. But the fact that it's a 20% scale reduction on special move damage, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair way to balance it. Maybe they'll look at something in season two where they could make some adjustments. Um, if they want to make it like a true modern control, I would make it like as far as balance wise, I would make it do slightly more damage, like maybe 15%, but have it where you can only like you can't do regular special inputs anymore in modern. Like
Yeah.
you only would have to do that one version of the move, and that would be it. That would be a way to like deter players from kind of like really using it like that because I've seen something where and I've watched somebody stream. They was like, well, you could do the regular version of this special move here, and if you do this modern version of this, it could actually be the same damage. I looked at it at the combo, and I was like, hold on, let me go to training mode to see that real quick. I went to training mode, and I looked at it, and I was like, yo, this is about the same damage, but the combo is easier to do in modern. I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
Mm,
So there is definitely some stuff out there that maybe they'll look at modern controls, or maybe they'll keep them the same. Who knows?
yeah.
I mean, season two is kind of like wild at this point because a lot of people have theories on what it could actually be about, and we still waiting on Akuma.
Oh yeah.
Akuma will probably be out in a few weeks and stuff. So when he comes out, then we probably get a better idea of what's going on, as far as how season two could look. But for the most part, yeah, man, I just wanted to see how you felt about modern controls there, Jaco.
Hmm.
But yeah, before we wrap it up for the episode, man, definitely do appreciate you taking your time to come out and chat with us here for the podcast. Was there anything you wanted to talk about before I move on to like one of the final topics for this evening?
Any other topics? Hmm. Trying to think what other topics. Hmm. Oh, I know. I do have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Let's see here. What's
All
your what's
right.
your guys' favorite superhero of all time and why? Since I'm a big comic book nerd, so I want to see you guys, favorite superhero is.
Favorite superhero of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I guess I can go first. I'll say Static. Static
Static.
Shock. Yeah.
Okay. Is it because of the TV show?
It is because of the TV show,
I knew
and
it.
that was my introduction into Milestone Comics.
Okay.
Um, yeah, reading that verse, and I kind of like segued into like the Invincible comic book line, and then I found out they got a show. There was a show coming out for it prior to, and then I kind of got hooked on that from there. So I definitely would have to say, Static is one of my favorites because I actually use one of his quotes from the show in my signature on Discord. Like that, it says, "Believe in yourself. That is your greatest power." That came
Ah,
from like, yeah, that came from like one of the episodes where he got sent into the future and he teamed up with Batman Beyond.
yeah, I remember
So
that.
his older version told his younger version himself that. So that's been my signature ever since then. So yeah, I'd say it would be Static for me.
Okay,
But,
cool.
what about you, Retro?
Spider Man. Ever since I actually, besides the movies and whatnot, I read many of his comic book series, the original, the Ultimate. I'm trying to think of other versions. I read a lot of Spider Man comics, and I like the concept of the other character. very relatable to me. And
Hmm.
the idea of Stan Lee making it where anyone can be Spider-Man regardless,
Yeah,
and the
that's true,
idea
man.
that regardless of what he does, what happens to the villains and how they came about what they try to do, he view them as a redeemable person and really try to help out rather than oh yeah, you're done with, I'll throw you away or defeat or just beat you up and destroy you. And that really was like a idea that stuck with me and helped me as a person to be mindful of helping out for other people. So that's a really good personal inspiration. Of course, even in the game series, of course, he's always a character that was fun to play with because the idea of like he can't fly per se, but the fact he can move around and unique ways and swing around and be free around, flying that like moving about that way. It was all kind of cool and unique, and of course, it's so many. Yeah, Miles Morales, my current favorite Spider-Man, but Peter Parker is still the homie.
Oh yeah, the
Um,
OG, man.
yeah, definitely OG. But of course, you got Ben Riley, you have Gwen, you have what's the other one?
Spider-Man
Uh,
2099.
yeah, yes. Oh, I do like him.
Penny,
Miguel, thank
Penny
you.
Parker.
Yeah. Um, trying to think. It's another girl one. It's Spider Girl. They introduced her technically in the end of Spider-Man 2 game, but yep, it's just. But then, like I said, the thing is like the
Silk.
personality as,
Silk. That was,
huh?
so her name was Silk, right?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so,
Yep.
but
Mhm.
yeah, but overall though, the concept of Spider-Man, what he is as a person, was the biggest draw for me, and I always enjoy like the villains are also too great in their own way. So I enjoy his villains and the way he is as a person and his adventures, and it's always like fascinating to watch and read. So that's pretty much why he's my go-to number one hero.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you can like relate to like a lot of us superheroes from the Marvel universe a lot. Yeah, that's definitely why I'm like more of a big fan of like Marvel than DC per se. You can like relate to like a lot of characters like Spidey, for example. That's for sure.
Right, right.
I guess
Okay.
for me, I mean, obviously, you guys may already know who's my favorite superhero is. I mean, it's in my logo.
The Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider, aka Johnny Blaze. I'm always like a big fan of Ghost Rider,
Fun,
man, from the
fun super.
comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the comics. I watched the Nick Cage movies, obviously. And all that. I always like thought Ghost Rider was a dope ass character, man. It's a freaking skeleton riding on a motorcycle, dude. Like, how badass is that shit, man? Pretty
Yeah, that's
sick.
really dope.
You have you have the DVDs, the Ghost Rider DVDs.
Oh yeah, I have the both movies.
The Nick Cage,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The case. Then and the toys too. You got the toys
Oh yeah, I
McFarlane.
do, man. Oh yeah, I do, man. I had some of the action figures as well from the '90s as well.
Okay, okay. You make sure you got your merch. Okay, okay.
That's right, man.
See, all I need for my static merch is just a trash can lid, and I'm good to go. We're good to go for my static line. So we in there, man. But yeah, shout outs to you, Jaco, man. Definitely do. I appreciate you for coming through, man, talking with us about some Street Fighter and the JakoMan origins, man. We told people to touch grass in this episode, so that's
That's right, man.
it's to touch grass, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a quote of this year,
Yo,
man. Talk,
that's the quote, man. Gotta make that a night bite. You gotta make it a night bite. I have to.
oh man.
But appreciate that support, man. Again, Retro, do we have any ads?
Oh dang, I forgot to. Well, dang, I did. I forgot to ask about that earlier. I because we won't have anything fighting game related for a while on our end. Oh no, we do. I'm sorry. I wonder if I put it up on our calendar events.
There's,
No.
there's something else I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. No,
Get
I
there.
don't have
So why you why
anything.
you? Okay, you don't have anything right now. Okay, all right, that's fair enough. So there's one other thing I wanted to say there. So yeah, so CEO, Jacob, you've been a CEO, right?
That's right, man.
Yeah, you've been a CEO. Retro, you've been a CEO.
Not yet. I went to Evo. I haven't been CEO.
Yeah, I'm in CEO. Okay. All right. So yeah. So CEO, they had made an announcement saying that they were going back to Orlando
That's good.
and in 2025. So this will be the last year in Daytona, which is great. I think it's. I think it took a while for it to happen, but I know there was like a contract thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
With the area. Um, I will say Daytona is a pretty suspect place. I think when I went, I didn't feel comfortable, but nobody really bothered me when I went there. I know I had people look at me up and down. I had one guy ask where I was from, but he looked
Oh god.
disheveled, yeah, disheveled and unkempt. So I ignored him. The beach was the only thing. Was literally the glue that was holding that area together because the beach was godlike. I will say that. So I will try to go CEO 2025. So yeah, I'm glad that they are moving out of that element. That area is known for almost sundown tier,
Yeah.
downtown tier. So you definitely having an event like that, especially with so many people, especially coming in out of state and out of country, just to go to that event and experience something like that. For that type of activity is something you don't want your guests to have. So I'm glad that they're going back to Orlando. But that was just something I wanted to bring to the forefront is that it is they are going back to Orlando in 2025, so that's a good thing. Shout out to JaVale for making that happen. Um, yeah, that was probably my issue. Well, oh yeah, Jake, I did have another question.
What's up?
Who was your favorite? Who's your favorite Street Fighter player?
Street
Who's your
Fighter
favorite
player.
Street Fighter?
Oh, that's a good question, man. I had like a lot of players that I love to like watch. I always talk about like in like old new players, like like players in like major tournament or in like the UG tournaments.
I mean, just who would you think? I mean, who would you have as your favorites?
Oh
Right,
man,
yeah.
let me do this, and I think I would do maybe like my favorite like old player. I think my favorite like OG player would have to be hmm. I think I have to go with Alex Valle. I'm always like a big fan of his gameplay. From the previous games.
Okay, can't go wrong with Mr. Street Fighter.
That's why, man.
Okay,
I'm trying to think like new players. Obviously, let's see. I think for like new players, I would go with like Nugget Dude. I'm always like a fan of him since like Street Fighter 4 days with the guy, man. Even like today, man. Been playing at Cammy White, Guy and DJ Street Fighter 6. Yeah, I'm always like a
okay,
big fan of watching him. And plus he's also the homie as well, man. So.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He swings by the stream sometimes.
Hmm.
Um, I'll take game in to say what's up,
Yep.
talk, and then dip out. Then you get to see his chair on his screen. But yeah,
24/7,
shout
man.
out, shout out to Knuckle Dude.
I'm trying to think for like
That's pretty good.
yeah, I'm trying to think for like the untamed gaming tournaments that we usually have. I think my favorite player. I say, there's like a lot of good players that we usually have over there. I think for six, I have to go with like Blockbuster John. Obviously the Wii. I'm always like taking notes when he's playing.
All right, it's fair. Fair enough pick there. Yeah, for John. John's definitely a tenured player. Has been competing for quite some time.
Hmm.
And yeah, he's kind of can write a master class on Ryu. He also streams.
Yep.
So he also, you can ask some questions about what Ryu. I mean, he'll pretty much answer any question you have for him if you go to the stream. Um, I think it's Blockbuster John on Twitch.
Hmm.
That's the name of his channel. Yeah. But yeah, if you go there, like any type of review question you might have, or questions about a matchup or what to do in a specific situation, he can help you out there. But yeah, that's I say that's a solid pick for you, Jacob.
Yep. Yeah. What about you guys? What's you guys' favorite players?
Uh, mine's is gonna be Peppa Day, Street Fighter 4.
I like it. Elf
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yep.
Peppa Day was definitely that dude. Unfortunately, he didn't play 5, and he's not playing 6. Um, but when he did compete and play, he was definitely one of my favorites to watch. I think the most entertaining set was him and Smug, him versus Smug.
Mm-hmm.
They did like an exhibition um set. It was his Ferte versus Smugs Dudley. And then there was that time he played Punko in grand finals and won. Um Seth versus El Ferte, which
Yeah.
wasn't a fun matchup.
Yeah.
It's not a fun matchup for Ferte. So he ended up winning that.
Yep.
And yeah, he's just been one of my inspirations as far as like just playing the character and just having a good time. But yeah, I would like to see him come back one day, but I think he might be just done playing and competing. But for at that time, yeah, it was definitely Pepper Day. But what about you, Retro?
OG wise, Latif, because that tournament when he beat Daigo Fudo or something like that, I want to say 2011 Street Fighter 4, like one of my favorite Street Fighter 4 tournaments, and Latif was just going crazy with his we were playing Viper, right? I think Sea Viper at the time, if I'm not mistaken. But currently, I like Fudo. Fudo's been my dude for a while. I love Fudo. Watch Fudo play, and he's the biggest inspiration for my DJ. I learned a lot of stuff from him, the way he played DJ nowadays. So he's my favorite Street Fighter player currently. Even though he's been like in the series for a while. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. I know we all got our own players that we kind of look up to and um, just enjoy watching them play, and I think that's a good thing too as well, because that just helps us. That helps us keep on running, just keep playing and trying to level up and have a good time. But all right, I think if anything else, I think that'll be it for today's podcast, episode 13. So I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, the JakoMania edition. We got to hear the origin stories of Jako. We got to hear Jako's experiences and experiences. So if you guys are just tuning in and you may have missed out on the first beginning part of it, don't worry. The stream will be archived here for your viewing pleasure. Retro usually has it up by 12 noon the next business day, which is that Monday. If not, it'll be up later on this week. So if you guys want to, listen to it while you're doing some chores or going through some stuff, and you want to listen to some podcasts, tune us in, man. Turn us up, man. We 13 episodes strong in this season here. So, excuse me, 12 episodes strong in this season here. So again, want to thank you guys so much and tuning in for that support. Keep up to date for Untamed Gaming. Jacob, you got any shout outs you want to do?
Oh yeah, of course, man. I want to give like a big shout out to both of you guys, man, for having me on here for today. It was an honor. It was a lot of fun, man. Yeah, shout out to both of you guys, and also shout out to everyone else in the community as well, man. Shout out to Team on Team Gaming, the guys over there as well, man. Bass, Steam Taxi, Ozzy Watersfight, Ghosts, and the rest of the other guys as well, man. And yeah, shout out to everyone in the community, man. The Marvel community, Street Fighter community, Tekken, like everyone, man. Yeah, shout out to all you guys, man. And my fans and my audience as well, man.
Yeah, where they gonna get that Jacob merch at, man? Where can they get that Jacob merchandise at?
Oh yeah, of course, man. You can go to my Teespring if you guys want to get that JakoMan T-shirt. Towel sucks. You can go on there as well, man. And obviously, you guys can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all over the place here. Just type in my name, and yeah, you can find me on there, man.
That's literally what I just did, and then all of your stuff came up just by typing Jacomania.
See, Charlie, see, yeah, easy, man.
It's running wild. It is
Hey,
indeed running wild across the world.
Yes,
That's
sir.
crazy. Wow, that's what's up, man. Brand recognition. So you do your content creation thing, and it's the fruits of your labor, man. So I already know you keep grinding and keep working hard. And the future of Mania is looking bright. Who
That's right, man.
knows? They may you might be an official Capcom partner one day.
Yeah, who knows,
It's,
man?
who knows? The sky's the
yeah,
limit.
I can see it.
But I can see it too. I think I can see him making an announcement Capcom, the official, licensed partner by Capcom, JakoMan, is now running wild.
Oh, there you
Or
go, man.
Marvel versus Capcom for brand ambassador, JakoMan. There it
Something
is.
like that, man. That would be cool.
It is, yeah. But regardless, we're out the door. Retro, do you have anything for the good folks before we get out of here?
Once again, I said, give my flowers to JakoMan. Thank you for so much for helping us with the series. Thank you for all your awesome promotions, your awesome work, and I'll say it's paying off. And I see it every time you post promote your stuff for the Untamed Gaming tournaments and then the Marvel series tournaments. So that you've been putting a lot of work, and I'm sure it's paying off in the long run, a big time. Looking forward to that day for sure. And like I said, giving you your flowers. Thank you
Hmm.
once again, Shadow Ace, for the opportunity to do this awesome series. And said, but yeah, I'm definitely, and shout outs to the Georgia scene. We're growing. That's the other thing that's happening. That's why I've been like busy on the side too. Is now I'm trying to help expand it and got so much going on, so many people that I'm not almost not sure what to do now. So shout outs to you guys. Love you guys. Thank you guys for so much support. And y'all guys have been sort of pointing what you claim to love. And y'all guys met that challenge for me, and I am very more. I can even more be more prouder. So major shout outs to Georgia and FGC in general. And shout outs to the viewers here tonight that been paying attention and been hanging out with us. FGC Chris, Retro Woe, Korean Panda. Good to see you. DJ Coder, and of course, a few others I've seen posted earlier. Larry Tubman. I just noticed the name. Oh.
Time supplied.
RC Black Panther, Warner of the Sand. Thank you guys so much. Oh my god, I just now it just clicked in my head, but yeah. But thank y'all for the support and everything. And of course, that's pretty much all I have to say for us. And yeah, for me, yeah.
All right. Once again, want to thank y'all for that support. And then stay tuned for details on the next episode. The next episode coming down the pipeline. Want to try to get it out before season 2 starts. For Street Fighter 6, would it be like the finale for season 3? So that way we can go into season 4 with like a fresh new coat of paint. Of course, definitely be hitting up Jacob Man for the trailer on that one.
Yep.
Um, so this business as usual. We've done this before. Plenty of times, so we already know what to do. But regardless, though, thank you all so much for the support. All the people who are listening to the rebroadcast, thank you so much for that support as well. But we're out the door. Stay blessed, and Retro, where you gonna send the good people off to?